You know, life is a journey on its own, right? And in the journey of life, there is a lot that's bound to happen. There is a lot, that we all go through. So yeah, man, it is your challenge, to say, all right, what is it that I'm doing with my life? What is it that I am doing with this lifetime that I'm given? Remember, we are all born to execute certain purposes. Nobody was just born to come here and run around, right? Yeah, man. I see right now the time is 7 minutes after the hour 10 o'clock Central African time. We played you beautiful music there, by Umzwa Kembuli, saying, let it be done before dawn. So yeah, man, this is aligned to our topic, Usipho Ziba Ufa Utajenga Ukuta, right? If this is not done before dawn, something bad is going to happen. Something critical, something hectic is going to happen. We won't be able to contain the situation, so let it be done before dawn. But before then, we had played you a nice song by Chronicler saying a gut ring, right? And then thanks very much, Ken Mwea, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, for giving us a shout out, yeah, man, in our program in Pandezemiti here at Mzansi Joburg City FM. We are inviting, each and every one of you in our conversation. Our topic is Usipho Ziba Ufa Utajenga Ukuta. If you don't mend or patch that little crack, you will end up finding yourself having to build the entire wall. So this is simple. In our first segment, we spoke about child grooming. But now let us get into matters of our health. So self-honesty goes with self-responsibility, self-truth, self-love, self-preservation. Those things are inseparable. They go together as a combo. So in life we are all bound to get into a condition of dis-ease. That's what we perceive the condition to be. Dis-ease, not disease. Yeah, man. So once your body is in that point whereby the ease, the harmony, the order within the body in terms of your health is compromised, then you get into this point of discomfort, right? But if you ignore that and say, no, kitlaba sharp, na kitao, kitlaba grand, the thing keep eating on you. Those germs or whatever is happening within you, it keep growing within you, right? And then you only to find that when now you can no longer wake up, this thing has become so hectic. Now you are bedridden, you need to be taken to hospital. That is when you are building the entire wall now, right? You could feel the symptoms within your body. Nobody could feel your symptoms. You could feel the symptoms. You could see the signs within you. Maybe other people could also see the signs of something is wrong there, but then because you are stubborn enough, you couldn't be self-honest enough to say, yes, something is wrong. I need a medical attention. I need to really, solve this, a situation that I find myself in. Only to realize that later that thing was growing as time was going, right? There are people today who are begging for their breath in the hospital beds today, simply because they ignored what they saw happening within their bodies, right? They neglected their health for whatever reason. Maybe you were shy to talk about this. Maybe you were shy. You feel like, I don't want people to understand my condition. Today, somebody is begging for their life, in the hospital today, simply because of something they could have taken care of in its early stages. This thing could be cured. You could just go to the traditional chemist there, get some raw herbs, or maybe you could even go to the chemist, get some medicine. You could go to the clinic, you could go to the doctor, you could go to hospital to find medicine. But now, you are begging for your life. Usipho Ziba Ufa Utajenga Ukuta. It's now costly. Remember, countries are not the same. And places are not the same also. In some places, for you to be, in hospital, there are bills. You have to foot the bills, medical bills, right? Be it even in a public hospital, the doctor will just go there, diagnose you, and then prescribe, some medicine for you. They'll just point to the direction to the chemist. Go to that window there, go and buy. Now you no longer have the money to buy the medicine. It's costly, right? So now you have to get into debt, go and make loans. You are now begging to continue breathing. Now you are building the entire wall simply because you neglected that small crack. Okay, let's pass through the health issue. Let us look at, the social health issues. We can talk of relationships now, right? There are people, who are in certain relationships, be it a business relationship, be it marriage, or be it such relationship, with your partner. You see the red flags to say, no, this person is not the person I thought they are. This person is not compatible with me. This person is not handling me with honor, dignity, and respect. This person is violent physically, psychologically, and emotionally. This person is a pervert, is immoral. This person is full of cacophony, hullabaloo, disorder, discord. This person does not give me that sense of, a dignity, even in front of people. But you continue with the relationship. The person is abusing you left, right, and center. But you continue in that relationship for whatever reason. Maybe it's the reason of saying, no, in our tradition, talaka ni kufuru. In our tradition, kutoa talaka ni kufuru, like divorce is a taboo. Maybe in our religion, or maybe what will people say if I divorce this person now? What will be the church members say? What will my workmates say? What will society say? You now have to, overgo or undergo all the filth, all the trauma, all the depression, all the pain in that marriage and that relationship. Is a business relationship. Your business relationship, a business pastor is not honest, right? He's always taking money from the coffers. He's always treating you unfairly. He's always imposing his or her own ideas when it comes to, when you are having meetings as to how best can we, develop our business, what needs to be done. The person is always imposing their own ideas on you. You don't feel now you belong to this business, right? You are abused, but you continue until at some point this thing can become something that cannot be contained, right? You find yourself now you have to go court cases, going court cases come with its own cost because you need to pay the lawyers. You need to spend that time is currency on its own. Spending time in court instead of spending time in your business is a loss on its own. But you just persevered and become patient for something that you saw has no life in it. So be self-honest. See the signs within the relationship. While it's still early, please cut ties while it's still early. Because once it takes so long, even your senses get to be addicted to the trauma that you're experiencing, depression that you're experiencing, the fear that you're experiencing, the pain physical that you're experiencing. Your cells learn and think that this is what you want, So you find yourself, there are people who end up, going, when they get to divorce, they no longer have limbs. Some are now in wheelchairs. They got their spine broken by their partners through violence. Some end up, finding that, during divorce, they come out with nothing. You could have taken care of this thing while time was still allowing, while it was